I'm not a believer of getting into the horror story of why I am what I am and where I came from. I understand that in order to relate to other people, that I may perhaps need to touch on it and let them know I see you, I understand you. I've been through sexual abuse, I've been through physical abuse, I've been through bullying, I've been ostracized, I've been kicked out, experienced alcoholism and drugs and chasing an ideal of success that isn't quite the healthiest. But it's not about the story, it's about what shifts you from recreating the story and what helps you to create a new story. And that's what my Vivid Life is about. And so it's in the inquiry, it's in the practice, it's in the questioning, just experiencing different modalities and create the life that you really want.
So equine-assisted therapy is actually working with horses on the ground. So the horse is the teacher, and I facilitate the work, and we do different types of exercises. So it's not riding the horse. And basically, there's a variety of exercises that will help people learn about their energy, learn confidence, learn how to set boundaries, to assert themselves, to be a leader. And so the horse is actually reflecting back to the human what the human needs to learn at that time. So horses are our mirror. And these horses live outside. So these horses are very attuned to their environments and they communicate non-verbally. And believe it or not, 90% of our communication is actually non-verbal. Yet most of us are constantly on our phones, constantly talking, and in today's society we're really disconnected to that non-verbal part of ourselves. And so the horses are masters at helping us to reconnect to that part of ourselves.
So it was really interesting how the equine therapy session actually unfolded, because I had a fear of horses my entire life. And I had just came from a group equine therapy session in Arizona. And I was just going back to my hotel room and I heard, Shayne. And I'm like, who knows me in Arizona? And it ended up being Jennifer. And she's like, I'm your fan on Facebook and I just want to tell you what I do. And she hands me her card and she's like, I do equine therapy. And I was like, I actually just came from an equine therapy session where I had one of the biggest shifts in my life. Now you're telling me that you're here from Canada and that you offer equine therapy? She's like, yes, and I want to offer you a session so you can experience it one-on-one.
How are you?
Hey.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Your hat won't
Scare them.
That's good.
I thought, what is he going to wear, like a Davy Crockett hat or something?
I was going to make one that like spins around in a circle and everything. Hello, puppy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, they're absolutely beautiful.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, I really like the one in the middle there.
What is it that you like about that horse?
I just like the coloring and the size.
Ah.
Seems to like have a very good presence. Oh, and he just looked over.
Okay, so Shayne, this is the round pen. This is the round pen that we're going to be doing an exercise with the horse in a little bit later today. So you're going to have an experience with your horse in the round pen.
Some like Cirque du Soleil stuff?
Yes, Cirque du Soleil. We'll see.
I made a commitment to do this session, and there's a lot of wounds or thorns within me that I want to be moved, because I'm here to live a clear and vivid life. And in order for me to do that, I need to be higher vibrational. I need to be clearer. I have that sense of, wanting to belong and wanting to be valued, and most of all, wanting to be protected, because it's a scary world out there. And it was a scarier world for me most of my life. And so I never really felt that sense of I got your back.
You have done that horse therapy before, so you've been, we were at the other location, but you have done it before, so you're a little bit familiar with the process. So we're gonna do an exercise called Meet the Herd. The exercise is for you to get in touch with your senses. So what do you feel around each horse? Do you feel different around one horse as opposed to another? Do you feel happy around one horse and maybe sad around another, or angry around another, or scared around one, or peaceful? So noticing how you feel around each horse. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So the world is your oyster. So basically, what are you feeling? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you knowing? What is your experience of being around this horse? Make sense?
Awesome.
Okay, so let's roll.
I'm really here to heal. I'm really here to show people who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing this, and what this work actually is capable of doing. One of the horses had an extremely profound effect on me immediately.
Which one?
The very last one.
On the right?
And this row on the right.
Okay.
And for me,
That's Mandy.
What came up with Mandy was that immediately was the horse I was to work with today. But I got this feeling that her and I had been through similar experience. And then, so I had this like overwhelming, like I have now, like this overwhelming emotion come over me. Like there's something with me to work with this horse or Mandy.
When Mandy came here about a month ago, she had been weaned from her baby. So she just had a baby. And so perhaps maybe that's some of the trauma. And she has been everything from a show horse to a kid's horse to a lesson horse, and she's had 6 babies. So very good with all your intuitions. You're spot on. Mm-hmm. So I guess then what we'll do is we'll work with Mandy. Do you have any questions, or is there anything else that you want to add?
I just find it really interesting about how I picked up such emotion from Mandy. And it's interesting that you said she had just been weaned from her baby.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested to seeing what went on with her. It seems to her she had so many different kind of jobs. Yeah. And so many transitions.
Yes, lots of transitions.
The synchronicity of it is I've had so many transitions in so many areas. Yeah. And so many careers, and that's where the synchronicity comes in. But I'm interested to see why it was so emotional and why I was so drawn to her.
Yeah. I love the fact that I can actually help horses feel more comfortable with themselves and in their environment, and also helping people connect with themselves. The other thing that's beautiful is that a lot of my work, I can see that people become more connected to the animal and understand the animal more as well. So the animal is getting healing and the person's getting healing, and then people are talking about it and understanding it more.
Yeah, look it, she came to me right away. I wasn't expecting to have such an emotional response so immediately to a particular horse that I did. I had my eyes set on working with a larger horse because I thought that I came here to overcome some sort of issue with courage or strength, but I'm really interested to find out why the emotional connection with Mandy.
Okay, so in a moment I'm just going to invite you to go in to the round pen with Mandy, and just going into the center of the round pen and stating your heart's desire to her, and then you can broaden your horizons or open or whatever it is that you need to do to fulfill your heart's desire.
Okay. Being in the round pen with Mandy allowed me to have the deepest conversation I've ever had without even saying a word. Mandy brought forward the conversation I needed to have instead of the one I expected to have. My heart was pounding at first, but once Mandy and I started walking and interacting together, I felt a little more at ease, and I was able to share some special moments with this gentle giant.
How are you doing, Shayne?
Good. I think we're working at our stuff with each other.
Yeah. Do you feel complete?
Come on.
So you can just thank her in whatever way you want to thank her. Oh, she wants to follow you out. So how was that for you?
At first it was really really emotional. And then I felt like she was trying to herd me, like kind of like I'm protecting you.
Oh, okay.
I'm like showing you the way. I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
She's missing her foal or baby, and she's missing that connection with her child. And I'm missing the other side of the connection.
Yeah. So what is it that you're missing?
I think what she was reflecting to me is that I'm missing that sense of protection,
Yeah.
of someone looking out for me,
Yeah.
someone having my back.
Yeah.
And I think what she was trying to communicate with me is that I'm that
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
And by her trying to like push me and guide me, it was like, you know, there are people, places, and experiences in your life that have been here to guide you, to show you that it's all about you, and that you can't look for protection outside of yourself, that it's something that comes from within yourself. And so she really just taught me that I am supported by the whole of it,
Yeah.
but that I have to find that place within me that knows that. And then at the same time, I think I was providing like a level of healing for her because I feel like she's missing her
Yeah.
foal or her baby.
Yeah.
And so to have that type of experience with me being so vulnerable and so raw with emotions
Yeah.
and missing that protection, I felt like it felt good for her to be able to give that to somebody.
Yeah. And so do you feel your heart's desire? Do you feel like you got what you needed in your heart's desire for that openness and seeing things
Again,
from
I
a
felt like I
different
came here
perspective?
for a different kind of lesson and courage, and I got the one that I needed to have. I really made a strong commitment to be fully present, and when you are, wow, the stuff that happens, I allowed myself to be vulnerable because I normally wouldn't even cry in front of my partner, let alone, you know, a somewhat stranger and a camera crew full of people. The predominant thing that I felt that really came present and was brought forth in this equine session was my dependency on other people for my protection and my value. And although Mandy nurtured and showed me that sense of protection, what I felt reflected is that it's here and that I have it all along.
Good girl.
What kind of impact are you looking to have on the world with your work?
That they become more connected to themselves, more connected to their truth, more connected to nature.
Beautiful. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Powerful,
It was so
day.
fun, yeah.
Thanks for the great day, Shayne. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thanks.
High five.
Yo. How's that?
That's a wrap. Through this experience, Jen helped me draw closer to who I am. Working with Mandy deepened my understanding of my own courage within. She enticed me to want to be a better listener. By listening and paying attention to nonverbal clues and energies, it really shone light on what needed healing. I am grateful for Jennifer's work, for Mandy's spirit, and for the opportunity to step out of my head and into my heart.